here at Loch Ness, here at Castle. This is crazy awesome though. Man, this is like such a cool location. This definitely reminds me of my groundskeeping days at the golf course, as well as it reminds me of my old Scottish days. So it's like a combo that's just flustering me right now.
Don't you love coming to like a place that you paid money to go around and look at, and like a nice peaceful loch and everything, and you just hear ring, 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 ring. Oh, maybe they're just trying to simulate the noise that Nessie made when the famous guy took the picture. He heard like a and they're like, you must always be weed whacking.
This castle has made a point to avoid anything Nessie related. So the Loch Ness Monster does not live in this gift shop, nor does it live in this loch, for that matter.
I was hoping for a very cute plushie. I
was too, but we could definitely stop back in town to get something. I just think it's kind of funny that they're like, no, you are learning about the history of this castle. That's it, not that hoax. It's pretty good.
It's our new home, right there.
Yeah, a lot of people go to take a picture underneath that structure. See that up there, Spencer? That little house? That I would live there for the rest of my life if I could.
Would you be happy?
Yes. Wake up to see Loch Ness every day in the Highlands of Scotland.
Oh, you okay?
Hit my shin on the rock.
Goodness. What a life, right?
Whoa.
The prison cell.
Oh, that scared me. I thought somebody was in there. Oh, that really scared me. So he would just keep an eye on whoever was in there.
Hello.
You're like, hello, you.
And then he comes to life and it's a guy wearing heavy makeup.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
No lighting in there.
So I'd imagine if like anybody got rowdy at the gate, they would just imprison them right in here.
You guys ready for my favorite part of the castle?
What?
Look.
The latrine. Oh,
it's the latrine.
Massive dump down here. Can you imagine the pile of slop that would form down there?
You definitely have to waffle stomp.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I don't think there was. I don't think there was that in that time. It was just a hole.
Man, yeah. It goes outside.
I told you that.
Man, yeah, you got a huge pile of slop. Wow, thank you, latrine, for your wonderful years of service.
This is cool. Man, I'd totally been in something like this.
You'd live in something like this?
I would too.
Castles actually do suck. Or I'm told they did suck to live in.
You know, being in a place like this really just reminds you of what's important. You know?
What?
Jaffa cakes.
You have some? You have some on you?
They're back in the car. I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Have some in his camera bag, maybe. Did you grab the Jaffa cakes?
Why would I bring the Jaffa?
He brought up Jaffa cakes, and like he tricked me into thinking he had some. I was just reading this that apparently there was like this little spot right here where they would do a bunch of work, where they'd make nails and tan leather and do a bunch of smelly / loud things right here in this area outside the walls, so they didn't bother everyone.
It's like in Whiterun, that's the first thing you come across is the tanning rack and everything of Adrian.
I think we found said slop hole. Man, what a time to be alive.
There's a Snickers wrapper in there.
As there was back in the day. That's the name. That's the name of the castle.
You like those?
Urquhart.
Urquhart. I don't know how to say it correctly.
It's crazy to believe that these walls may have echoed with the hoofs of the horses and the voices of the chatty stablemen who worked here.
So right now we're standing in the middle of what could have been, or may have not been, or may not have been, the Ducat, which is a home for pigeons. And they built this so that they could have fresh meat and eggs. They ate pigeons.
Yeah, pigeon pie. Have you ever heard of pigeon pie?
No, I haven't. I didn't know pigeons were edible. I thought they were just kind of like a ratty bird.
Well, I mean, they are the rats of the skies.
They are rats of the sky. I mean, I guess you could technically eat rats too if you were really desperate, so. Oh, you think those are poisonous berries?
Try one.
No, throw it in the loch. I threw it in the loch. So we're down at Loch Ness right now, and I'm just gonna run over out.
Oh, bless you.
Is that Nessie's call? I'm gonna quick get a little
Is it cold?
Yeah, it's pretty chilly. It's not actually that bad. It's not as cold and frigid as I thought it'd be.
It's gonna be a lot colder when your whole body's in there.
Yeah, don't really want to do that. Cool to see such a nicely
Such
upkept
beauty.
castle. Well, I mean, not the castle itself. The castle is destroyed, but just the visitors' portions of it. Like, there's a Loch Ness tour. Look at them. They're like, oh, what's that right under our boat? I can feel it. And then they just turn on this little motor that starts like gyrating a little bit. It's like, I feel something.
And you
rubbing.
just hear a.
That's just Nessie saying good morning. Now that I've touched the waters of Loch Ness for the second time in my life, it's time to go back up to the keep and stuff. So it was really crazy. I was just reading the thing out there. So basically, King Henry gave John Grant this like thing, this whole plot of land. I don't know what state it was in at the time, but basically they had to fix it up. But he got it for supporting his monarch. So all of Scots, basically the MacDonald clans, weren't very accepted of the English coming in.
Because they bent the knee.
Yeah, so they were.
This is literally the Winterfell of England, because they was also saying that they were the right-hand man to the king, and they
so
were the
king,
access to the Highlands.
The king like gave him this plot and gave him a very large section of land, and all he had to do was, rule over these lands and keep it in order, as well as provide 15 horsemen in the times of battle. So not a huge provision of men, but in the time that's pretty big.
Old MacDonald had a castle.
No, the MacDonalds didn't have this castle.
Oh, they didn't?
No, the MacDonalds were the clan that were like, no, we're not being part of this monarch.
Oh.
But Grant was, and he helped.
Oh, so
defeat
old
them.
Grant had a castle.
Yeah, so old man Grant had a castle.
So I assume Grant wasn't very favorable.
Probably not among the Scots, no. He was probably very looked down upon by most of the Scots, but eventually they got him all kind of in line for the most part. But very interesting. Very games of Thrones.
It's almost like they based it off of something.
Yeah. History kind of stole it from Game of Thrones. This is where all the magic happened. Private chamber.
Where they did the sorcery here?
Yes.
Jordan, look artsy. There you go, look at you.
You just have to kind of squat right here. You kind of have to, use your foot to, or maybe if you had a sword, you could kind of pop it down there.
Scoot it down.
And it would eventually fall through that little hole into the lock, where it eventually poisoned Nessie.
Man, there's a lot of places to go in here.
I know. I think the castle is good.
Oh, there's coins in there.
I think I unloaded all my coins at the B&B. Oh wait, no. Ready?
This is for good luck,
It's at
Jordan.
£1.
Is that bad luck? There you go. Look at you.
£1 into the wishing well.
That's quite a lot.
I know. I don't know why I just threw that in there, but oh well.
So continuing our fascination with the shitholes of this castle.
That's why this side is so mossy right here, is because the years and years of urine and feces that just littered the side of this castle.
Where is the hole again?
Fertilized it.
Oh, there it
You
is.
see it? Yeah, it's right on the edge there.
Yep.
And yeah, it just came
That's
down
the
the side
hole.
of the castle. And
It would slop out of there.
I mean, the grass is lusher. The moss is lusher. Everything's just so much better over here. Just because of
Eventually,
all the-
there'd be a big enough pile here that it would go into the lake.
Oh yeah, no, it would eventually just get into a pile and just kind of every day some guy had to come over and just sludge the entire pile down.
And we don't know, maybe they had an extra little thing down here that would slide it down like a slip and slide.
Could have. That's the real question about old time, castle living is, did they make little chutes for the poo? Well,
I like how that
let's
was
get back
thing
on the road.
We hung on most of this castle is where they went to poo.
Well, I mean, it's important because when you're living in a castle, you got to know where you're gonna poo.
It's true.
Now that we've seen a castle, it's time to start heading inland to some more highlands, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's gonna
be nice.
beautiful.
Because this is technically lowlands comparative, like.
Well, if you're going to the Highlands, this would be the lowlands.
Well, I mean,
or the Midlands.
It's getting to this is Midlands, I'd say. You know, because there's some roll here. Let's go hop in the car, boys.
Grab some lunch. I'm hungry. What?
Whoa.
So they have a coin squisher machine that costs a whole pound, but then they give you one of the lesser coins.
It's like you put in a quarter and a penny. Well,
I want the stag one.
so you crush it yourself?
Oh, do they have a Nessie one?
No,
There's
they
no
don't.
way they have
Of
a
course
Nessie
they don't
one.
have Nessie
Hey,
ones.
so I just went to the bathroom and I thought you guys left because there was nobody around. I couldn't see anybody. So I went up to the car park and there actually is a thing about the Loch Ness Monster.
Oh, really?
Right
Just
at the
okay.
exit. So they're like, as you're leaving, it's like, so there wasn't nothing about Loch Ness Monster. Turn the wheel 7 times.
Turn it, hurry. There you go. Collect your penny. Collect your penny, Jordan.
This is your workout. 4, 5.
There you go. I heard it.
You crushed that penny yourself, Jordan.
Look at
Look at
that.
that stag right there.
That's really cool.
That is really cool.
Oh, was that worth a pound? That's
No.
how much is that American? $1.25?
Yeah.
Why do they have to waste money then? Why can't they just put their own metal in there? Why do you have to still crush a penny?
I don't know, Dan.
Why do you have to turn something
Look at
into
that. Isn't
something?
that's a Premiere, the Adobe Premiere preset right there.
That font's really
font
basic.
is- You just go into Premiere and you hit title, and then when you go down to the presets,
Yep.
it's one of those in there. Even the gradient and the font.
I don't want to hear it. You've used that before.
I know.
On another visit, he had his legendary encounter with a ferocious water beast on the River Ness. Was this the first ever recorded sighting of the Loch Ness Monster?
Ooh. There's something, Jordan. That's something.
Man, they're laying their dead right there.
Well, now that we've come
We're going by the buzzer.
back to the weed whackers again, but I was just gonna say, I think they just put that there so in case someone came through and they're like, oh, 9 pounds to go in here, and then all of a sudden they see, ow, that's where you're walking, and then they see the fact that there's something mentioned about Loch Ness Monster, they're like, oh, and they go in for the kill. That's it. That's all I have to say. Now up to the Highlands. This should be a very gorgeous drive.
Time lapse aplenty.